Well, hello, everybody. Good evening, and welcome to what feels like an eternity since we were last live. I'm delighted to say we've got a very special guest, in fact, a champion in our midst. In fact, I feel like I should bow down a little bit. I'm delighted to say, of course, Mark Eales is with us. Mark, how you doing, buddy? Are you very well?
Yeah, very well, thanks, Ian. Yeah, really good.
Good man. Well, thanks for coming on tonight, Mark. I do appreciate it. I'm delighted to say, as well, even more breaking news, of course, is we don't need stewards this evening either, because we've had a good season of racing with the Metros, haven't we, Mark? So no stewards required here at all. Now, it's been quite the eventful year. And we're going to talk through the year with Mark Eales, his title winning year. And of course, what we're going to do is start the year off at the very first race weekend of the season. You might be wincing a little bit in a minute here, Mark, because Brands Hatch didn't go so well for you, did it? We'll come to that shortly. Just to remind everybody, if you do want to find out more about the Hickford Construction Limited MG Metro Cup at any time you can, there's a link in the body of this broadcast. Just give it a click and you can find out even more. Right, Mark, here we go. Brands Hatch. Let's talk about it because it didn't quite go to plan. For those who are not in the know, what happened?
Yeah, good qualifying from what I remember. I think I was on pole position, if I remember rightly. We had to have a restart, and there was a little bit of an incident off the restart, which I got a bit of damage, didn't really realise, lost some coolant, and basically seized the engine. So I think on the last lap, there was another spillage, I think, which sent me sideways down Paddock Hill, and the car cut out and it sort of seized up, and that was the end of my weekend, really. It was going well. I was chasing Tim down, on that last lap, but wasn't quite close enough. But, it didn't really go to plan that weekend. So.
It's quite remarkable, isn't it, actually? And not a total disaster, as you said, a pole position. You also got fastest lap in race one as well, 58.892. We must remind everybody it's around the Indy circuit, of course, 58.892 around the GP circuit would be some going, wouldn't it? But so it wasn't a total disaster, was it? Of course, Tim Shooter picking up the double bubble, but how do we say this politely? Probably the worst possible way to start off a season. How did you sort of get over that, really, Mark?
I wasn't happy at the time. Qualifying went well. I was happy with a 59 in qualifying and 58 in the race. It was great, but it's just a matter of, I went back home, rebuilt that engine, and it ran most of the season, luckily. I think, where did we go next? Alton Park, was it? So
we did go to Alton Park, and you bring that on well, because I remember talking to you at Brands Hatch, and you were even a bit unsure whether you're going to make it to Alton Park, but you certainly did, didn't you?
Yeah, that's it. Put in a bit of work, obviously a couple of late nights on the car, and got obviously untested. I'd literally just run it up hot, so it was sort of the unknown, if you like. But all went well. We got there, and it's quite a good weekend. So.
Yeah, I mean, look, talking of Alton Park, we caught up at Alton Park. Dan Williams was a man on fire, wasn't he? I think he got, I think he had pole, but didn't he have it taken it off him? And I caught up with you, Mark, straight after qualifying, and we had a little chat. And I'm delighted to say I can play back our little chat from qualifying at Alton Park. Here's what you had to say.
Mark, I'm glad you're here, mate.
Morning.
Last time we spoke at Brands Hatch, it wasn't the best of situations, was it? But you've made it. You're back.
Yeah.
Was it a new engine?
Bit of graft, yeah. Well, sort of. It's like Trigger's broom, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's like pistons and head.
Pace, though, have you? You're still, I mean, right up until the death. Dan Willis snatched it at the end, didn't he? But
I haven't seen. I've been sort of told, but it's second. So.
It's second. So the pace is still there.
Yeah. So, and obviously the sun's come out now. Now we're finished. So
well,
it's probably going to make for a different race again, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
I was just catching up with Phil down there, and it was almost when you have conditions like that in qualifying, then the race is dry. It's almost a completely different race weekend, isn't it? Two races in,
right. Obviously, we were hoping it'd be dry this morning, but it's sort of,
you're in a good position though, and of course, the MG Cups go 10 seconds ahead of you, so you guys have got a bit of clean air this time.
Hopefully, got our own sort of race, until I'm sure we'll catch a few of them, but hopefully not a lot of them will be out of our way. But so we'll see. Like I say, I guess it's starting next to Dan, so
yeah, should be fun.
Try and get better starts. My starts at Brands weren't all that the ones that I managed to do. So
fantastic.
Yeah.
Good man, Mark. Well, I'll let you crack on anyway.
There you go. Nice memories, isn't it? And actually, talking of Alton, we talk about the MG Cup as well, because most of the season's been run alongside the MG Cup. You started 10 seconds behind, but you were hot on the tail pretty quick, weren't you, Mark? It didn't take long to catch up to the sort of the tail enders of the MG Cup cars.
Yeah, that's right. Obviously, we run, I don't know, is it their Class B cars? You know, we probably run quite good lap times with them. So obviously they're slower class. We do tend to catch them up pretty quick, which, should we say, probably worked to my advantage on some races. You know, obviously if you catch them at the right time, you know, and get past them, sometimes you can get caught up, you know, so.
Well, I'm pleased to say, sorry, I think you might have just been cutting up a little bit there, Mark, but I can say Alton Park went particularly well for you. Race 1, you finished first, and by 10 seconds as well. That's some going, isn't it?
Yeah, I was pleased with that. I think, you know, I've quite a few races in the season. I've not had the fastest lap of the race, so to speak, but, you know, sort of consistency and trying to just get away at the start, I think, you know, especially if you're sort of on pole on that front row, you know, trying to get away at the start, get a bit of a gap, it seems to work for me. So, and then just a matter of keeping that consistency going throughout the race. So,
I mean, it looked like in race 2 you were going to run away with things, but not quite. You came over the line again. You won the race, so it's a double bubble weekend for you. 2.7 seconds ahead of second place, but no fastest lap actually over the course of the weekend, which is quite a surprise. When certainly in race 1, when you won by quite a margin. What's the real challenges around Alton Park? It's very tight, isn't it? Quite twisty circuit. Is it quite difficult to get into a flow around there?
I really enjoy Alton Park. I think I'll put it down as one of my favourite circuits. It is a bit more challenging, like you say, you know, concentration and things. But I do enjoy the faster sections of the circuit. You know, where you go up the hill, under the bridge, you know, round to the start finish. You know, I sort of enjoy that aspect of the circuit. Some of it's a little bit blind as well. You know, you need to sort of. I mean, I'd done my very first race there, so I've been going there for quite a few years, and I think it sort of sticks in my memory, you know, as one of the circuits I had to learn, you know, before I first went racing. So.
Absolutely. Well, look, after Alton Park, I wasn't actually with you for this one. It was Mallory Park next, wasn't it? But a cracking day's racing up there, wasn't it? And race 1, things got quite hectic up there, and I've got a little image to show. And I was just wondering if you might be able to explain this for us, Mark. Just explain what's going on here.
Yeah. It's obviously, again, quite a fast right-hander there. And I think I was going round in third, but it was really sort of high revs. So I thought I'd just maybe keep it in fourth and just, you know, try and keep the revs down. I'm always thinking about reliability. You know, you don't want to be putting too much stress on the engine on the car if you don't have to. So I left it in fourth, and yeah, a little bit too quick. And that's whether Dan got put off by that or quite what, but I think I was leading the race, and Dan was definitely putting the pressure on. And
yeah, he certainly was. For those not in the know, of course, you're number 444, aren't you? It's Dan number 58 there, the red car. You're the grey car with the fluorescent wheels there, which I always thank you for, because it's a commentator's dream actually when you have somebody like that, because I never miss you. I never miss you. And all I really have to do is just look at the top of the timing sheets really as well to see where you are. Now that particular race 1, you actually came second behind John Moore. He picked up his first win, which was great, wasn't it? And race 2, you did win. I think you finished just 2 seconds just ahead of Dan Willers. Again, no fastest lap, and I think it was Dan Willers again who got both fastest laps. So he's got some serious pace over a lap, hasn't he? But then it seems when it comes to the race pace, you just seem to have this next level. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah, I seem to be pretty consistent. You know, I tend to, you know, sort of get my head down pretty quick. Don't know what it is. You know, it's I say I've been doing it for a few years now, so you know, sort of confident on quite a few of the circuits we go to. Obviously, we do year in year out. You know, it's quite nice. sort of get to know them. I'm pretty central. Mallory Park's not too far away. It's always good for a track day. You know, it's a nice short circuit that you can learn pretty quick. So, but yeah.
Absolutely. And of course, we moved on to Donington Park for the next round. Nice little picture here of you at Donington. There you are. Look, as we were talking about there, again, shared grid with the MG Cup. I mean, Mallory Park, actually, you had your own grid, didn't you? You had your own races. So just touching back on that. How was that? I imagine that was quite nice, wasn't it?
It is nice. It's obviously always nice, you know. It's sort of a one-make series. You sort of do that sort of thing to, you know, you want to race against other metros, you know, other cars of the same performance, you know, same capabilities, really. So it's nice to, you know, have your own grid. I say racing with the MG Cup, it is fun. Don't get me wrong. You know, I've had some good races with a few of the other people in that championship. But also when, you know, you got someone like Dan chasing you and, you know, like you say, you can put in a quick lap. It's quite nice to have the, you know, circuit to yourself and not have to worry about maybe catching a slower vehicle or anything like that. So it's good.
Absolutely. Right, let's head to Donington Park then, shall we? I've got your race results. So can you remember how it went for you, Mark? How did Donington go?
Yeah, I think, again, Dan out-qualified me, I think, didn't he? We started side by side. Yeah. Again, 10-second gap with the Cup. And but again, I got the jump on him from the start, from what I remember. Is that right?
It is, yes. It is, yeah.
Again, get my head down and you know, get going straight away, really. So
it was another double bubble race weekend for you. And in race one, you also got the fastest lap as well, a 1:27.598. So not too shabby. The beauty of this as well, actually, Mark, I have to say, with you getting these race wins all the time and these doubles, I had a lot of fun creating headlines for the articles after the race. So my favourite one was Eales gets his wheels in motion. I particularly like that one. And from Donington, I did Mark's majestic Donny Delight. So I have a lot of fun when you win races. And Donington again, yeah, another particularly good race for you. A second race 2, you won that again as well. Although no fastest lap in race 2, I'm afraid, Mark. So if this was Formula 1, you're missing out on points here.
Yeah, I think it's Terry, was it? Fastest lap. He's still not forget.
Yeah. We'll be hearing that one into next year, I think. Definitely. Right, let's move from Donington, and of course it was a slightly reduced season, wasn't it? We missed out Silverstone, unfortunately, obviously due to COVID restrictions, and the season finale at Snetterton, wasn't it? And of course, Snetterton, a lot of good memories for you, because that is where you did actually wrap up the championship. We think you did it as well in race 1, because you picked up the win in race 1, didn't you? And I believe I have the moment that you actually became champion. So I don't know if you've seen this yet, Mark. I don't know if you've gone back, but this was, I believe, the moment that you became the 2021 Hickford Construction Limited MG Metro Cup champion.
Trying to go around the outside of Phil Goodwin. Can he make it stick? So far, your top 3, Mark Eales, Tim Shooter and Ben Williams, looking for his second podium finish and only his 3rd race with the MG Metro Cup. Oh, look at that. Ben Williams is all over the back of Tim Shooter now, but Tim just needs to hold it through Murray's. Here we go. They're coming up now. Is this going to be the checkered flag? And Mark Eales does come over the line and he wins, and I believe he might have won the championship. But look at Ben Williams and Tim Shooter. They were almost photo finish as they came over, but it is Tim Shooter who comes home in 2nd. Ben Williams, in only his 3rd ever race, comes home in, they can sway me to the drivers, comes home in 3rd and gets his 2nd podium. Incredible stuff from Ben Williams. Phil Goodwin comes home in 4th. Dan Willis is in 5th. John Moore's in 6th. Tim Davies in 7th. Terry Wood in 8th. Robbie Kennan in 9th. Rob Jessup in 10th. Tony Howe in 11th. David James in 12th. Pete Coleman in 13th. And Andrew Ewans in 14th. We lost Les Tyler, Neil Burnett and Richard Guerra from that race there. Let's pop TSL up onto the screen so you can see for yourself how things finished.
Yeah, there we go. So I don't know why it says pole position, Eales, but it was definitely the race win. And the championship as well. That was, of course, race one. Yeah. I think the league caught up after that as well. And was it quite nice going out for race two, knowing it was done, dusted, and you can kind of just relax a little bit and no pressure?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I had a disaster the week before that race, just getting the car ready and things. So it's quite nice, obviously, to win that. There was not a red flag, there was a safety car as well. So we had to do like a one-lap dash. I didn't hear the sound. The sound was off on my replay there, but I don't know whether that was on there. But yeah, so we had to do like a one-lap dash. So obviously Tim was right behind me. Ben, who's obviously showing some pace, wasn't he? So yeah, it's quite nice to get that under the belt. And then race two, I could just go out and enjoy it, and sort of push on if I wanted, because again, reliability and making sure I stayed on the track was pretty important in race one. So yeah.
Well, it was a perfect weekend actually for you, because both races you got fastest lap as well. In fact, race one, your fastest lap was 2:25.177. In race two, you could tell the shackles were off. Fastest lap was 2:23.428. So 1.7 seconds faster. You were really going for it in race two. I can't remember what the conditions were like actually, but I imagine it was probably a little bit warmer for race two. Perhaps track conditions a little bit better, but take nothing away, it was the perfect way to round out the season for you. Look, a few drivers to mention as well. Tim Shooter's had a wonderful season, hasn't he? He took advantage of your troubles at Brands Hatch, picked up a pair of wins there. John Moore got his first win. A few debutants as well, Rob Jessup, Robbie Kennan, and Ben Williams as well. A couple of podiums. I mean, he's only had 4 races, and I think he's been on the podium twice. He's going to be one to watch next season, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, there's so many, like you say, John getting his first win. Phil's, really picking up his pace as well. Ben, Tim's always been fast. Dan, obviously, Willard, we've seen how fast he is. I think he had a little bit of bad luck here and there, didn't he? So, yeah, it's certainly, going to be a tough season coming up. I think there's some new drivers and some old drivers who might be coming back, with a bit more experience and things. So it's certainly going to be a fun season next year, yeah.
It's going to be an absolute cracker. I can't wait for it. Mark, what's one of the best things about driving in the Metro Cup? Why is it so great?
I mean, the cars are great. Little sort of hatchback. They're cheap to run. Parts, they're still readily available at the moment. The people, you get so much help, so much support. Hopefully, some of the newer drivers who are coming through have found that everyone's really there to help you. Even now, I'm still getting help from people. I was getting help when I first started, and they'll still help you out now, even though you're going out on track and we're battling, sort of head to head. Everyone's still there helping each other out. It's real sort of community. And, if it's something you want to do, but you're a bit worried about taking that step, then certainly you get a lot of support. So.
Fantastic stuff. Mark, thanks so much for joining us this evening. Taking a bit of time out just before Christmas. You done all your Christmas shopping? Are you ready?
Well, sort of. I'm hoping it's going to come through the post soon. So yeah.
Yeah, that's it. You've done it from the couch. Good man. I've got a nice little picture here as well. This was you, of course, with everybody else at the award ceremony picking up the championship. There you are. That is you in the middle, isn't it? There, right in the middle, picking up the trophy there. Fantastic stuff. Now, Mark, what's even more remarkable is in a reduced season, 10 races in total, 5 meetings. You DNF'd it was a DNF and DNS, wasn't it, actually, at Brands Hatch? So you've actually only had 8 races, and quite impressive, 7 wins out of those 8 races and 4 fastest laps. It does make you, of course, the 2021 champion. Well done, Mark. Congratulations, buddy. What a season it's been from you, and you're going to defend it next year, right?
Yeah, going to give it a go. I say it's going to be an exciting season, isn't it? With everything that's going on and everyone that's improving all the time, and so we'll see what happens.
Are you going to change from number 444 to number 1? Or are you going to stick with 444?
Do you know? I've been thinking about it, but no, I think I'm
do it.
444. I think. because you know, it's nice to run the number one, wouldn't it? But you know, I know a lot of racers, so you know, they sort of tend to stick with their number. Now maybe because I changed to 444, I always used to be 44, but because we were with a different championship, I changed to 444. So maybe that's the sign. Maybe I need to stick with that now.
Yeah, I think so. I think I'd like to see you put number one on it, but there you go. There you go. Yeah. It's your choice, not mine. Not mine.
Maybe
Mark, congratulations. But yeah. If it's a retirement, then go back to 444. Mark, thanks so much for joining us, buddy. Have a great Christmas, won't you? I really, really do appreciate it. Mark Eales, the 2021 Hickford Construction Limited MG Metro Cup. If you do want to find out more, please do click the link in the body of this broadcast. It will take you straight through to the Metro Cup website. You can find out even more about this wonderful championship. And if you've had a question anytime, do comment below. We do look back at the comments as well. So if you do have a question, do get in touch with us via our social media channels as well. We will be back live, of course, next year with the Hickford Construction MG Metro Cup. But for now, have a wonderful Christmas, everybody. And you, Mark, thanks very much for joining us. And we'll see you next year. Take care.
Cheers. Thanks.